February 10th.
At 1 o'clock live, just as promised. Here we are once again. Welcome to the show.
That's right. We have a lot to talk about this week, but we want to let you know about something special going on before we get into this week's topics.
That's right.
There is a very special musical coming up later this month. Actually, it's on January 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. It's on the back of this month's magazine, and this musical is about the story of our founder, Doris Brome, and also about Studio Classroom. You'll have to come to see what the story is all about. So for more information, just go to the back of your magazine there. And you can also search for the musical online. It's called The Journey of Love. There you go, guys.
Check it out. Check it out. And it's going to be a really big production. We, in our offices on the third floor, we can hear them practicing one floor above us on the fourth floor. And they're dancing, they're singing, they're doing all this stuff. I mean, we know, obviously, we know people who are in the show, and they're getting more and more excited about putting it on. It's going to be a really great show. So please do come check it out and bring your friends.
That's right. It's coming up soon, January 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So be sure to reserve your tickets and tell your friends. We have a lot going on this week. We start off with technology.
Start off with technology, and it's very interesting, weird technology.
Weird. That's a good word for it, because we're talking about the metaverse.
That's right.
I'm sure you've heard of it by now. Mark Zuckerberg is talking a lot about it, but he's not the only one. There are other ones coming out and talking about it. I think I saw a headline today that Apple is saying that they're not getting involved with the metaverse, but I think we need to look into that more, but I did see that headline, so I don't have all the details.
That's interesting. That's a bold move.
Yeah, so I don't know. What do you think about this metaverse? First of all, what is it, David?
All right, so the metaverse is basically a digital space where people are able to interact with each other and with apps within that space using like avatars of themselves, right? And the way that the metaverse is experienced is through virtual reality. So basically, it's an immersive virtual reality space where you interact with other users and with various apps and services through your avatar.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But it sounds, to me, it sounds a lot like something from one of those movies. Like, there was a movie released called Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Right? That's basically the metaverse.
Okay, I think they didn't make this for me, guys. They didn't ask my opinion. It's not my thing. I'm just going to put that out there. I like real people interaction. I'm not saying that you can't like both, but it just doesn't seem that great of a thing to me. But I need to figure out what it's all about, because it's a kind of vague to me. I mean, I've worn the headsets. I've played the Oculus thing, which is a Facebook game system where you put the VR headset on, and I played ping pong, and you can go around and you're in this virtual, atmosphere, this virtual set, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not cool enough for me to want to do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, that's neat. Let me go, I don't know, hang out with my friends.
Right. Exactly. And I think that is exactly what that's who they need to convince. The people like you are the ones who they need to convince.
Maybe I'm just too old.
No, you're like, what is it? 28 years old. That's not. Look, listen. The thing about the metaverse is that you have to be able to convince people that there's some advantage to doing something on the metaverse rather than doing it in real life. Right. At this point, it's just kind of like what extra function does the metaverse give that just having a conference on Zoom wouldn't already give you?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking about, because I don't want anything extra unless it enhances my life in some way. There's enough going on, right? But David, you were talking about something as we were talking about, this week and what we have going on. If they had something like you wearing glasses and that was it, and you could kind of how did you describe it? It overlays reality,
augmented reality.
Augmented reality.
Yes,
but you see reality, but it's kind of
there's
putting
like
something else on
like,
top of it. Right?
Yeah, it's like a digital overlay over
Yeah.
top of things that you see. And this now, see, this is where I think there's real money and real like investment opportunity.
Now that I could get on board with, because you don't have to wear this big headset, just some glasses.
Yeah. It's like, for example, augmented reality offers a lot of benefits. Things like a mirror in your bathroom that can take your temperature, that can do some basic diagnostics or checks on your body, blood pressure, temperature, that kind of stuff. Can even like send a live update to your local physician so that they can keep tabs on you. That freaks me out. I don't like big data at all. Well, okay, I like it a little bit, but this is probably another advanced.
You like big data a little bit.
I don't. Okay, I don't not like it. It's complicated. So big data, which is just the idea of information about you constantly being collected through everything that you do, has some real benefits in terms of convenience, right? And what it's able to do. It could provide a lot of like safety. It could provide a lot of safety, especially for people who are elderly, maybe stuff like
in the medical field. It could provide a lot of benefits as well. But there are some other sides of it, like most anything.
Right? Yeah, like privacy.
Problematic.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so, okay, but to get back to our social media update article, my feelings on the metaverse is I think it's kind of missing the mark in some ways. I think that as a gaming platform, as an entertainment thing, yes, it could be a thing. It could totally catch on. But the way that they're trying to push it as like, no, this is going to become the workplace of the future in some very real practical ways. I'm saying no, not going to catch on.
Yeah, I'm okay with practical things if it gets to that point. But we have enough stuff to distract us from one-on-one interaction already, right? Yeah. So I'm like, do we really need more things to distract us from actually sitting down with people and having a conversation? Even when we go out, sometimes we're focused on what's on our phone more than the person in front of us.
Yeah.
So I think that is something to think about, especially with younger people, kids, right? There's a lot of distractions there with video games. And so you have to be intentional about telling them to go outside and play or whatever it is and to get away from that. So I think that's something to think about. There is one line before we leave this topic that I thought was interesting in our article on page 20. It says, the defining quality of the metaverse presence is this feeling that you're really there with another person or in another place. Makes you feel like you're really there. My thoughts are, why don't you really go there with that person?
Really go there.
Maybe you can't. Maybe they're in another country. I don't know.
Okay, so how about this? Metaverse benefits. Long distance relationships. Sure. Long distance relationships. Yeah. If the pandemic keeps on dragging on and we really start digging our heels into this idea of let's not be in the same room together, then okay, sure, let's do it on the metaverse. But I still struggle with the idea of really catching on. I don't see it.
So that brings us to our question of the week. Our question of the week is, do you think the metaverse will catch on?
Do you think the metaverse will catch on? Yes.
Will it become popular?
Yeah.
Will it actually be a thing? Like Facebook caught on, right?
Yes.
It's still here with us some 20-something years later, right?
Crazy enough.
Will this be the same for metaverse or something similar? Will it catch on?
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think. You've kind of heard what we think about it. We're both a little bit pessimistic about metaverse really becoming a thing. Now, blockchain, that's for another advanced article, but that not only will that catch on, but in my opinion, it's already here to stay.
That's right. We have some articles coming up on that, cryptocurrency and blockchain, not this month, but in the near future. So stay tuned for that. We have Clubhouse. We're talking about that in our technology article. Some social media strategies if you're looking for that. And then we're going the total opposite direction. We're going out in nature and experiencing the beauty of the great outdoors. And so be sure to check out that as well this week.
Yeah. So thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to leave a comment about what you think about the metaverse. It would be great to get a conversation going about that. There are so many things right now that are promising to be the future. So it would be interesting to hear what you guys think. Oh, it looks like
and I think we have a question right here. What is it, David?
What's up, Alan Chen? All right.
What is Alan asking us?
He's saying probably people are trying to create experience which is accessible instantly. Oh, okay.
You're optimistic about that.
All right. Yeah.
So creating an experience which is accessible instantly, right?
You know what? Actually, I do want to comment to that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Archie. And thank you so much, Alan. I want to respond to that because our company sent a couple of us workers on a kind of little business trip to try out technology. It was a new headset.
That's right.
Called XR. It was by a company called XR, I think. And the idea was that it was supposed to combine virtual and augmented reality into one thing. And some of the ideas were pretty interesting. Like, for example, there was this thing where you could exercise, maybe like ride an exercise bike or do some exercise.
Yeah, I did that with the Oculus.
Yeah. And then while you're doing it, it's like you're flying through the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Or you're in some beautiful place, like, in the Caribbean or some island. And so, it's like an experience. You're traveling someplace, and all you have to do is click a button in order to do it. So there is something to do. There is something to be said for that.
Yeah, it is interesting. We do admit that it is interesting. So we'll see where it goes and what implications that has for us in our daily lives. So thank you, Alan, for writing into us, and we invite all of you, if you're watching right now, to comment, answer our question below, or if you're watching this later on this week, that's fine too. Just be sure to answer our question if you'd like in our comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our advanced YouTube page as well.
And smash that like button. Let us know if you like what we're doing, and keep on doing it. And come to the musical.
Woohoo! All right, January 21st it starts. 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The Journey of Love.
Journey of Love.
We'll see you guys next week here on Advanced Weekly Updates.
Same time, same place.
Yeah.